Hey, how you doing? Welcome to another video. Every so often we get a comment which includes something along the lines of the demon drink, or the demon drink made me do it, or the spirit in the drink, or whatever. And from my point of view, there's no such thing as demon alcohol, right? There's no such thing as the demon drink. I understand that people feel that they might get some strength by calling it a demon. To call out the demon, it gives them something to focus on. It gives them something to aim their ire at, their anger at, their frustrations at, whatever, their negative emotions at. But it's just not true, right? You know, the problem is that once you start calling it this, once you start using this narrative in your mind, this is a story that you're telling yourself. The demon drink is a story because it doesn't come on its own, you know. And the problem is that it gives you something to pass the blame onto. And as far as I'm concerned, when you're trying to make big changes in your life, aiming the blame outside of yourself, it just weakens you. It undermines your ability to see yourself outside of yourself. It undermines your ability to be able to see yourself as you need to see yourself. It undermines your ability to get to the bottom of the habit, to understand the real causes of the habit, because you're skirting things over and you're putting this false narrative in place. You know, at the end of the day, you build the life that you live in. You know, you build yourself. It's a process, and it's a process that never ends. You know, as long as you're living, it's a process that never ends. As far as I'm concerned, that's a good thing. You know, you're always building, you're rebuilding, you're evolving yourself. And everything you do is a result of choices. Everything you do is the result of a particular choice or a particular decision that you've made. And each choice ultimately, each decision is ultimately down to you. You know, alcohol is just a liquid in a bottle. It can do nothing to you if you don't put it in your mouth. You know, look at this, right? Pretend this is alcohol, right? And if I put it down on the ground, then what's going to happen to it? What's it going to do? Nothing. It can't do anything. The alcohol in the bottle can't do anything. It will sit there. It will sit there until it's affected by something else. It will sit there until the end of time, right? Not until the end of time, but you get what I mean. You know, maybe the wind will blow the bottle over. Maybe the wind will blow it down the hill. Maybe over time the plastic is going to wear down, the liquid is going to spill out, and then what? What's going to happen then? Nothing. It'll just become part of the earth. So think about it from the perspective that every drop of alcohol that has ever been into your body, it got there because you put it there. You had to lift up the bottle. You had to open the lid of that bottle. You had to pour it into your mouth. I drank thousands of gallons of this stuff over my lifetime, and every single drop of that, of those thousands of gallons, was a deliberate act. It was intentionally put into me, into my body, by me, you know, by my own hand. And some people look at it like, oh, it's an act of sabotage. It's not an act of sabotage, right? I wasn't trying to hurt myself, but it was definitely an act of disruption. I was trying to disrupt one state of mind and replace it with another, right? And what I was trying to replace it with wasn't a better state of mind, even though you think at the time, well, it's a fun state of mind and I'm trying to get a bit of fun in my life. No, it's a stupider state of mind. And again, you know, was never my intention. I'm sure it's not your intention. It was never my intention to make myself stupid, right? As I said, I just wanted to have fun. But who was it said? Forrest Gump, who said, stupid is as stupid does. So if I was doing all of this to myself, if every drop of alcohol that ever went into my body was put there by me, you know, in a court of law, there is no defense for ignorance. You can't say, well, I didn't know that, so that's why I did it, because I didn't know it was wrong, right? So where does the blame really lie? You know, what or who is the real demon here, right? So let's look at our pretend alcohol again. So I can take up the bottle, I can open it up like this, and I can take a drink just like this. But I can also open up the bottle and I can tip my hand the other way and do this. And this is something that I highly recommend that you do. Try it with alcohol, pour it into the toilet. It's something that is exhilarating. It's something that will really help you in this journey. Pour all the alcohol down the toilet and think about it as the poison that you're flushing away in your life, right? So I want to end this with just 3 different ideas: choices, decisions, and trade-offs, right? You can walk side by side with your demons in your life, and you can channel that pain, right? You can achieve great things in this life. You can live an epic life, but you've got to get out of your own way first, right? The biggest obstacle in your life is always going to be you, right? It's always going to be you and the things that you tell yourself. I like the idea of walking beside your demons, because the more you walk beside your demons, the more you're going to get to know them. And the more you get to know your demons, the more you're going to realize that these are not demons at all. They're just you. They're just a part of you. Most of the time, they're just you being stupid, being silly, right? Sometimes you need help to reduce the demons down to size, right? You know, sometimes the demons get so big, or your problem gets so big. Let's take it away from the demons. Your problem with alcohol gets so big that you need help to reduce that problem down to size, down to a manageable size. And if that's what it takes, then that's what it takes. But just remember that nobody can do the work for you, right? Nobody can keep the alcohol out of your mouth rather than you. And as far as alcohol itself is concerned, if you're drinking alcohol to solve a problem, alcohol is not going to help you solve anything. So let's just understand the role that we play in our own narratives. It's only when we do that we can step back into the driver's seat of our life and take control. You know, when you tell yourself that alcohol is a demon, you're telling yourself this story, you're painting a picture, and you're making it much harder to deal with these things than needs to be, right? So you need to get away from that kind of thinking. You need to reframe that kind of thinking, reframe the so-called demons into much more manageable things. It's a habit. It's just something that you do. And if it's something that you do, it's something that you don't have to do. So remember, alcohol or any substance is only as powerful as the meaning that you give it, right? By owning your own choices, by owning your own decisions and your own trade-offs, you can begin to rewrite your stories. You can begin to create new stories, and then you can begin to thrive, not just survive, right? We're not controlled by external forces. You know, we're empowered all the time by the things that happen inside your body, by not so much what happens outside of your body, but how you react on the inside. So if you're just starting out on this journey, getting unplugged from alcohol, taking control of your narrative, I do recommend that you check out our beginner's guide to unplugging from alcohol. It's going to give you some basic ideas and insights and concepts from our main program, which will kind of help you edge a little bit closer to your decision of unplugging from alcohol. It's absolutely free. The link's in the description, as is the link for our full Stop Drinking Alcohol program. So until the next video, take very good care of yourself. Onwards and upwards. Bye now.